The other thing that I wanted to do, a little bit different, because in the spirit of let's mix it up and spontaneity and all that jazz, I put a bunch of stuff in here. And like this kind of stuff. This is a piece of lapis lazuli. Oh, a Shiva lingam. So I do have a, I always got to keep that guy out here. Book of crystals. You can also Google the different crystals if I can remember the name and tell you what they are. Oh, an egg. This egg and that egg. Got a double egg situation here. Oh, what's this one? Charsodoni? No. See, I don't remember all of the crystal names. Yeah, it's like, what? Are these the same? No. This, I don't know. I don't know what that one is, and I don't know what this one is. But I love the greenness of it. Lots of greens and blues, hey? This one is... nope. Almost had that one. I do know it. It's on the tip of my tongue. Haha! Hematite. I know that one. And there's a beautiful piece of amethyst. I'm gonna put that there. It's like an eye. So yeah, I just thought I would kind of grid a bit. Some rose quartz. Or intuitively... Where's another egg? Okay, I'm getting smoked out by this. Sage. I don't know what that one is either. But it wants to go about there. Okay, and then last but not least, a oyster, no. A abalone, thank you very much. Yes, abalone. 3/4 moon. Could be a moon phase. That of significance. Okay, let's put that to the side. Let's get a rune here. This one. Ooh. This one. What's that one? What is that one? That is Laguz. Water. Fertility. Living renewal. Ooh, we like this one. Also the letter L. That's right, because I was looking up the letters and then what the runes I would need to write my son's name, and his starts with an L. And he is a little fire dragon, but he's a water dragon. He is a little fish as well. So I remember now. Now I remember. Okay, we got 242, 224, 422. Still on the doubles and the singles streak I've been on with these rolling dice. But the twos, especially if I put them like this, which I want to do, are giving me 11-11 vibes, which is what the 4 does. So, take that as you will. Let's ring my little fancy bell. Let's get a card from the Arcturians to give us a little more on this renewal energy we got from the rune. What was it? Renewal and fertility. So it's not just talking about the birth, like fertile ground. I think of like a fertile garden. Anything you plant in it is going to grow. That's what I think about fertility. That's what I think about fertility. This is blue. Kind of purpley, I guess. Blueprint. I guess it's blue. We all have our blueprint, our own program that we took with us to this life on Earth. To become fully balanced, we will have to return to our most basic program so we can follow the right path, starting from scratch. Ooh, renewal. Thank you for the confirmation. The energy of Blueprint helps you clean your programs and delete anything that no longer suits you and serves no purpose anymore. So this is making me think of returning to factory settings, right? Putting the computer thing, letting it do its thing. It's going through and getting rid of all the things that no longer serve, so that you can start from scratch, be renewed, and your soil is so fertile, so anything you plant in it will grow. Okay, so there's more. Everything you learn from your own process might serve someone else. Does this sound familiar to you? That you might teach something to someone about the things you've already gone through? Okay, yeah. This falls under the category of life experiences. Nowadays, more and more people are feeling they want to live their lives differently. The effort it takes to make changes may raise some question marks, and it is wonderful to meet someone who has gone through the same process and who really understands you. Realize that you are not the only one who struggles with this. Acknowledge and recognize it. You will see that next time you can talk even more openly and honestly about your challenges. You can also learn necessary things from others. During this process of change, old emotions might pop up for some extra attention. You may have thought that you had processed it all, then suddenly you notice a little piece that is still there. Sharing is very important for our personal growth. Be open to these types of conversations. Only then can you serve both yourself and the other person. Your programs can be worked out together. Well, that's beautiful. Oh, weird. I just saw this face, which I never saw before. Tell me you can see it. Okay, so we've got renewal, going back to factory settings, and, feeling confident or comfortable to speak freely about the things that you're going through or have gone through with others, in the opportunity to let them know that it's safe to do so and they can do it back to you, but also, by swapping stories, like, oh, something similar like that happened to me and I never tried it that way before. And by holding these things in, we're not helping anybody, we're not learning anything from anybody, and we're not giving anybody the opportunity to learn from us. So if you have a tendency of keeping it all to yourself, this is your sign. Let it come up if it comes up. Because I am an oversharer and I can literally talk to anybody, I tend to literally talk to everybody about everything at any time. So I've had some very deep conversations with random people on the side of the road passing through. And, if neither one of us opened up, then that was a missed opportunity for the both of us to enrich our lives with the energetic exchange and the connection, right? Okay. And that's what's happening with an energetic exchange is with connection. It's an energetic exchange. So we've got the High Priestess. So I think this is giving me even though it looks like you're starting over again, you're not. Even though you're restarting your factory settings and, seemingly starting from scratch, you're not, because you have experience, right? That didn't work. Yeah, the High Priestess, that screams experience. Okay. I feel like every time I engage with these cards, it's like for the first time. Okay, I'm seeing ones that are upside down, and I'm trying not to just pick them because I see that they're upside down. Like, I don't know why they're upside down, like that one, but it feels like cheaty. It feels cheaty. Like I could have planted those in there to sway a situation or whatever. I don't know. I like transparency. I've had a lot of, it's hard to trust people. That could be a thing. That could be part of this. One of the programs that needs to be deleted is this tendency to not trust. Okay. Let's go with this one. Oh, Ace of Swords. You sneaky little sneaker. Okay, so if you've seen more of my readings than this one, then you will recognize that this little guy right here likes to be part of every show, almost. The Moon and the Lovers. Get out. Seriously? Okay, guys. I don't know. The universe. You know? The universe. So, you know, I'm thinking that a lot of your programs that need to be deleted are very much those old, outdated, you know, how do I want to say this? Like, if you've always been betrayed by another person, it's the same thing. Instead of being anticipating betrayal, you get rid of that program. You go back to factory settings where you've never been betrayed by somebody, and then you move forward just trusting. And I mean, I'm saying it, and part of my mind is like, you're great, no! And that's the program right there going, you must keep yourself safe from all of the things. And I mean, I'm not trying to say not to, but because you're experienced, like this isn't your first time, right? Those things that slipped under your radar before aren't going to this time. So you don't need to have those programs there that, you know, would just run on default or automatically. I don't even think it's default. I think default is default to factory settings. It was a program that you put in place to counteract whatever feeling or thing that you didn't know how to respond to. And so you know, people pleased or gaslit yourself or allowed yourself to be gaslit or whatever the case may be. And or even being, having blinders on to that kind of thing because you are trying to keep yourself, like you need the validation, right, from that person. So it's fine. You can, there's a certain amount that you'll just like overlook or gloss over or stick a pinup thing over top of it and pretend that it doesn't exist, right? Because it's better than, you know, if somebody's liking you, then that means you're worthy to some degree, right? Somebody else is validating you. And this reset is you also coming to terms with the fact that you don't need that anymore. Everything just went right out my brain. Okay, so the Moon, it's divine timing. You're going along your path. You're heading there. You know, I discovered these two little crabs, and this one is just minding its own business on the bank there, looking up at the moon, living its best life. Look, it's got one claw up, being like, yes, I love it. Not aware that this little guy is just going to be floating past soon. Or this girl, guy, whatever. This little guy. So that's kind of beautiful. You just gotta, and you're not waiting for it. If you're this guy, you're not waiting. You're living your best life. Right? And that's the part I really like or appreciate. That's part of this experience that your high priestess is bringing. You are worth more than waiting for anybody. There is no waiting for you anymore. You are living your life in the best way that you can, taking care of the most important person in it, which is you. It doesn't matter if you got kids or people that you love or whatever. It always has to be you. Put your own oxygen mask on before you put on anybody else's, because you can't help anybody if you're dead. So it's got to start with you. And you've got this beautiful thing that's coming to you because of it, because you are loving yourself. You are returning to your factory settings and getting rid of all those old programs that no longer are serving you. You're going to attract in the kind of beautiful, beautiful love that you deserve. And it's destiny. It's the sword in the stone that only you were meant to pull. It's written in the stars. This is a sword in the clouds, in the sky. Beautiful, gorgeous, and lovely. I just want to put this little heart on top of this malachite. Aha! I knew it. Okay, let's get, what should we do? Let's get out of couple world. Because this is about you. Look at you. You're just like all up in it. You are renewing yourself, Poppy. You are returning to what you were meant to be, how you were meant to be. And that's not fearful. It makes me, when I say factory settings, returning to factory settings, it makes me think of like the Garden of Eden, oddly enough. Right? Like we weren't supposed to, oh, there's lavender. Lavender and the sorcerer's violet. Like, look at you. Dancing in the middle of flowers. Right? Lavender. Calm. Centered. That's you. That's the high priestess. And look at the passion in this Poppy. She's also dancing. Okay. There it is. Okay, so Poppy, which is a 20, there she is a water element, which is great because this is also water. Here, Poppy appears as a dream phantasm to the sleeping poet artist reclining in slumber. Surrounded by the stars outside and within, the twin guardian stag skulls illuminated by a candlelight urge us to seek the truth between the horns among the stars. Poppy tells you to pay attention to your dreams and find your creative voice in those dreams. Let go of assumptions about yourself and what you can and cannot do, and find your creative sense of self. Enter into the mystery of your own being and return with your own treasures. Rest and regeneration is essential to my health. So when you're resetting your factory settings, when you're debugging your computer, there's like this period where it's rendered useless until it finishes what it's doing, right? Like even sometimes it has to restart again. So it's off for a second and then needs a reboot. So that's what I'm getting from this one. Rest and regeneration is essential to my health. You know, purging out these programs, it's exhausting. Like just imagine instead of a computer program, it's you. And instead of, you know, all the programs that you're getting rid of, things that no longer serve you, it's like physical items in your space. And so the work it takes to go through all the things, stick them in bags or boxes or however you're going to transport them. Then you're loading up your vehicle, you're getting it all in there, then you're dumping them somewhere. I don't know, maybe you got to take some to recycling, take some to the thrift store, take some up to the dump, and there's 3 trips. And, you know, it's taxing. So take the time after you've done your errands to be like, oh, okay. And I think that's the rest of the restart part, right? But trust that that's part of the process, and don't be hard on yourself because, you know, you took a moment. I feel like that one came up not too long ago. And same with this lavender. I'm pretty sure the lavender was up just the other day. Lavender tells us that we need to pause, calm, and center ourselves for the task before us, to approach it with a clear mind and a tranquil heart. Lavender dwells here between the rising and setting sun, the moment between where all is balanced. We may feel we are working day and night, but use the cycles of work and rest to restore balance in your life. Lavender keeps company with the industrious bee, but the bee wholeheartedly enjoys its work and knows when it is time to return to the hive to rest and sleep. I am calm, I am centered, and I am peaceful. So there it goes. Rest and rejuvenation and calm and centeredness. So high priestess vibe. Like, that doesn't describe what's going on right there. I don't know what does. Okay, and then the sorcerer's violet, you say, which is the number 23, and it is a water earth element. What was, I already forget what lavender was. What was lavender? Sorry, I just, air, it was air. Okay, yeah, right, with the bee. Okay, so water earth. When the sorcerer's violet shows itself in a reading, it indicates the power of reaching and striving and opening up more, while remaining grounded, centered, and true to our past. Open up to the bigger picture and explore, but don't forget your roots. The Vinca spirit dances in the center of her flower here, letting the vines and roots balance her. Take reasonable precautions and be aware of the subtle forces around you, as the message will not be dramatic, but it will be clear if you are paying attention. I see things clearly. I remain grounded as I experience new things. So yeah, as you are stepping out of your return to factory settings, go slow, take it easy. You may feel like you want to dash around like a newborn lamb, but you're not. This isn't your first time. This is a restart. Restart. I lost it in my throat there. Okay, let's get a Wild Woman card. Because we're talking about this High Priestess energy. Being calm and centered. Calling in this love. I mean, she's looking at it. She's looking at it. Yeah, how many of those programs have been keeping her from love? You know? All these firewalls. Okay. Let's go with... Oh. What? Grief. So right away I'm getting this idea of the things that you're letting go of. It's okay to grieve it. It's been a part of you this whole time. You know, there's a little bit of that, like, without these programs, how will I function? Because I've only known to function with them. But let's look at grief. There is loss in life, and all will experience loss at some time. How you choose to deal with it is up to you. The path of the wild is a deep path, a path of experiencing and learning and feeling. You will experience grief as you make certain choices and as life unfolds before you. So what does it matter in the end if you were right or wrong? You may think the grief is still there, sitting in your bones. Life cut in, and who cares if the moon is half or full? Wild one, the breath may be knocked out of you and leave you drowning in agony beyond your core as you leave some things in your life behind. It is lonely here sometimes, a whole ocean away from anyone, as there is a stillness no one invites. The grass even lies down as everyone disappears from your view. Grief is not a feeling of supposed tos. It is deep with its own rules. Not even you understand when it howls its pain. But grief is a feeling, wild one, that you want to feel. Its tidal waves are there to cleanse your sorrow and stir your anger. It is shimmering in its ache to move your paralysis and break open the whole universe to feel. So it can rock you in its arms and hold you until the screams of agony are no more. The umbilical cord gone, all one can do is stay aware when possible and allow the vastness to discharge its breath so that you can live again. So yeah, that's part of the renewal. Right? It makes me go back to the garden and getting it ready. You know, you're pulling out old weeds and old plants that maybe have been there for a few seasons and maybe all the seasons. Maybe that, 17-year-old rosemary bush that was just been growing right in the middle of your garden. Maybe it's finally time to pull that thing so that you're opening up space. You can rearrange how your garden flows because you don't have this big thing right in the middle of it. But that doesn't mean you just like pull it out and chuck it and move on with your life. There's this honoring, this letting go, even a grieving period of like, and an uncertainty because this thing has been growing there this whole time. And what's it going to be like? And will I miss it? And right? Grief is a necessary part of renewing and refreshing. It's like the bringing your baggage to the appropriate recycling receptacles. You're like honoring its existence while you put it to rest, And it is cyclical. You think it's gone and then, something reminds you, like you get a whiff of lavender and suddenly You're like, oh, I remember when I had this beautiful lavender plant in my garden, and it was so twisty and had the most gorgeous purple flowers or whatever, right? It's okay. That's okay. That doesn't mean you're going to go out and get another one, put it in its place. You can't replace it. Once it's gone, it's gone. But you can still revisit it. I don't know. Maybe there's messages in there for you. Hopefully. Okay, let's finish up with some messages from the angels. See if they have anything for us to add. Guess not. Or not in that round. Oh, that felt like it could have been one. But my thumb grabbed it. Okay, 3 times is all you got. Okay. Plunge into ecstasy of dimensions beyond. This one came out yesterday. I mean, you see how many there are. Why? Why does getting the same ones happen? Plunge into ecstasy of dimensions beyond. Yeah, you're ready to exist in this new, refreshed, renewed version of yourself. Because it's going to be gorgeous. Just remember, stay calm, stay centered. And you got this. You got this. So I guess it kind of turned into a little bit of a 11-11. But it starts with you. Right? This could even be this version of yourself. In coming to this new place with yourself where this concept of the perfect love only exists within the masculine and feminine aspects of the self. And getting rid of old programs is allowing this union to take place. Take it how it resonates. It's a physical, external union or an internal one. But it all starts with you. So let's get Kuan Yin in with a message, because she is very about the female empowerment, feminine empowerment. I want to take that one too. Take my hand. I am real and I'm reaching for you. Take my hand. Feel the strength and courage within your heart. You are capable of more than you realize. Believe in yourself. That's gorgeous. That's gorgeous. That's a message from your heart to you. And then this other one I had to pull out. When navigating negative experiences, stay true to the pure light of your heart. That is where I dwell. From within, I shall emanate a protective field around you to shield you from harm. You are safe. So yeah, those first few steps, without those programs, a lot of those were defenses, right? You could feel a little bit apprehensive, a little scared even. You're protected. You are safe. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to get some of these telepathy cards here. Maybe they'll help. Validate. These ones tend to come out in groups. Challenge. All true soul connections involve challenges that can be overcome together. So there's your union. Past life. We reunite with our loved ones over and over in different lives. Well, that openness. Be open to receive divine guidance in relationships. Okay. This one here has got the flow of the moon water. This is the divine guidance, the going with the flow, right? This crab isn't second guessing or struggling against where the river is taking it. It's just trusting, and it's going to lead right to this guy. And then the past life. We reunite with our loved ones over and over again in different lifetimes. First of all, look at how gorgeous that tree is. I just want to climb all up in it. Well, I mean, if this is a partnership, an external partnership that you're destined for, then, could be somebody from your past life, which would make sense as to why it would be ecstasy, because you're like reuniting with somebody that your souls are supposed to be together. So that's some kind of beautiful. Okay, I will show you the spread we did here. Okay, it's beautiful. I mean, also because the grief has got us back towards your destiny here. It could also be grieving the part of yourself that denies this, like doesn't want to believe it, or even the part of yourself that didn't think you were worthy of it. Right? But I like how we've got these two figures here facing the opposite direction. Okay. So that was a really beautiful reading, I think. I hope you enjoyed it. And give it a thumbs up if you did, if you want. And then I could see you. Bye. Love you.